Let's start off with our opening prayer. O Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho, Amen, Namaste. Okay, sorry I'm running a bit late today, everybody. I missed you guys. Okay, dear Sky, I have 2 commission artworks and cover art to do, but I feel blocked. Have to redo them. It takes so much more than it used to. May I have a clearing? Why is this happening? Thank you. Okay, so I'm getting Archangel Gabriel coming in immediately. And that Archangel Gabriel is like the muse of the angels and the angel which kind of directs creativity. I'm getting that it's hard because you're under a lot of financial pressure. So when before you were creating for the joy and it didn't feel like it mattered so much whether or not people would like it, you're feeling the pressure of people liking it and it making you a good income. So I'm just going to bring in the abundance angels as well. Let's give you a nice big energetic vacuum. Oh. One more time. That's it. And one more time. Okay, that's looking better. Oh, I'm getting like one more wave. I'm also really hearing I'm seeing the card from the Mermaids deck with like music for manifesting. They're saying that, you know, create an ambience, light candles, put on music, change your clothes, put on incense, like create an ambience of pleasure and that's enjoyable. Maybe even work outside. There's an energy of needing to be surrounded by nature. So like bringing in plants into the room so that your creativity and your energy can really, really explode. Okay, Sarah Massey saying, hi Sky, can I have an angel reading? I'm in between jobs and have no idea what's going to happen. I feel somehow that peace for the past few days, but today I woke up feeling sad. Is it a transition phase? Oh, it's 100% a transition phase, Sarah. Let's see what the angels are saying. I'm going to actually put the online deck on as well. What? Okay. Okay, Sarah, so the cards that came up for you is Make a Wish. This is a magical moment. Make a wish and enjoy its manifestation. The next card that comes up is Time to Move On. It's time to let go of the old and worn out so that the new can enter. And then the sadness, it says, you're at the end of a cycle in your life. Call upon your angels to comfort you and to guide you in your next step. Happiness awaits you now. And the final card is Dream Big. Let go of small thoughts and see yourself succeeding. So there's a grieving process going on here, which is an important grieving process. But there is a new, better future coming. You were not happy where you were. You want a beautiful life. And part of that means you have to let go of the small life Sometimes when you pray, you don't understand the full extent of what you're asking for. Asking, for example, to become a spiritual healer and teacher means you can't be an accountant. You can't be a lawyer. You're stepping into like your high priestess, your goddess, your guru, that divine passion for God itself. Um, when you ask for a new home, your old one has to die, or you have to leave the old spaces so that the new ones can come in. So let's just take a minute and allow the angels to help you grieve this releasing of the job and also this releasing of your old identity. So that you can fully step into dreaming big and seeing yourself the way God and your angels see you, in your full power, in your full sovereignty, in your full manifestation. And so it is. Okay. Mitra saying, hi, beautiful sky. Thank you so much for yesterday. Besides the divorce trauma, healing and grieving, I don't know where to focus on my career. It feels like I'm transitioning, but what is new exactly? Writing. So I'm kind of getting the angels going, now is not the time to go somewhere new in your career. They're really showing me that because everything else is unstable, now is the time to let your career be stable. It's very tempting when one area of our life is falling apart to try to let go of everything familiar, but that often sends us into panic and overwhelm and shut down, almost like stonewalling, because it's just too much to process. So the angels are saying focus on self-care, focus on enjoyment, focus on um kind of like your glow up. um, don't focus on career. Career is okay for now. When you glow up, when you heal this, exactly as you're healing this trauma, as you learn to enjoy life again, everything else is going to come into being, into play. You're not going to have to force it to happen. You're not going to have to make it happen. It's going to very naturally, going to very, very naturally manifest, without you having to push or force, like an increase in income, more work opportunities. But healing this and enjoying life, this is a really important season, because they're really showing me that because the divorce has been so painful, it's almost like you want to get really busy so that you can bypass your grief and bypass the emotions. And they're saying, really, please don't get busy now. Enjoy this season of being single. Enjoy this season of having time for you. Enjoy this season, because you know that the next season of success is going to be a lot more hectic and a lot more powerful. So make space for enjoying the season that you're in and trusting that process. Okay, Aisha saying, hi Sky, can I have guidance from the angels, please? It just feels so hard. I'm so tired of trying and doing. I just can't do it anymore. So what I'm really hearing when I'm scanning you is like an energy. It's like the angels are like saying support wound, support wound, support wound. You're not supposed to be doing it on your own. You're not supposed to be making it all work by yourself. Until you heal the support wound, you don't allow people in. Receiving is really hard. So if when you needed support as a child, and it's called um disorganized attachment. If when you asked your parents for help, for example, they were like treated you like you were a difficult child, or like you were stupid, or why can't you figure that out for yourself, or what's the matter with you, or they were too busy. And they swung from neglecting you when you needed help to attacking you when you asked for help. It often creates this deep unconscious fear of receiving, and we move into I just want to be alone. I just want to do it by myself because it's easier. Even if I'm struggling, it's easier than having to face emotional abuse or emotional neglect. So I'm going to do everything by myself. And then we naturally attract people that affirm this because it's familiar to us, right? And people that want to help, people that are competent, intimidate us. And it's the unknown, and we don't know how to let them in. And we don't know how to work as a team because we didn't have that growing up, right? So the angels are really saying focus on the support wound and everything else will fall into place, right? The other thing, like when people are panicking, because I'm really hearing for you, this is like financial and it's about getting clients and things like that. You guys know that that's not how it works. It starts with sending out love. So you give what you receive. If you want loving clients, you have to send out love first, right? And what happens, and it's really rather beautiful, right? Is that it just evolves and manifests very naturally. Um, so for example, me doing angel readings creates love and connection and resonance. And then those people that feel guided watch more of the videos or come to the master classes and support my divine life purpose or jump onto Medical Intuitive Mastermind. But I started doing angel readings long before I ever created a masterclass, long before I even knew what a masterclass was. I started doing angel readings before I wanted to, teach a program, before I felt ready or that I would ever be ready to be a spiritual teacher. So when it comes to your spiritual gifts, and we're actually doing a challenge for this starting next week. Okay, we're actually doing a challenge for this starting next week. When it comes to your spiritual gifts, it's really, really, really important that you start anyway, right? And that you don't make your gifts and your ability to recognize your gifts as special and important and necessary conditional on the financial success straight away. It's too much pressure. In the beginning, sharing your divine gifts with your clients, with your audience, with other people should come from a place of deep joy, should come from a place of, I love doing this, right? Even if nobody ever gave me a penny for it, I do it for the rest of my life because that's how you know it's your passion. That's how you know it's your dharma. It's the thing that you love to do, right? Because when you're building, whether it's building your like for me, whether it's building your schools, building your hospitals, building your community, you're going to have to do a lot of that, like a huge amount of that. And unless you really love it, you don't make it, right? You will burn out unless you really love it. So you have to be really sure that you love what you're doing and you're not doing it because somebody else is telling you to be doing it. You're not doing it just for the financial aspect. You have to make sure that you really, really love what you're doing. And then everything else comes as a byproduct of that. But you have to sit really quietly and go, what do I have to do to get back to a place of I love what I'm doing? Right? And away from a place of I have to do this in order to be successful, but I resent doing it, because that place of I have to do it, but I resent doing it, that's a blocked place. The place of I love doing this and I could do it in my sleep. I could do it 24 hours a day. I could eat, sleep, breathe spirituality, right? That place is the place that, all the obstacles fall down. The universe folds out the red carpet for you. And things happen at speed, because the more that happens, the more excited you are. When you're coming from the resentful place, the more that comes, the more resentful you are because you're angry at having to do just the bit that you're doing. Okay, so let's take a minute and just clear up all this resentment. Oh, okay, I can feel the resentment and the burnout. Boop, 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 calling the burnout angels. Oh, just breathe for me, ladies. Let's release this together. There we go. Okay. That's looking a lot better, Aisha. Oh, and I'm really feeling some serious heartbreak and also some self-doubt. Like, is this my career? Is this my divine life path? If it was the right path, it wouldn't be so hard. So I want you to give all of that to God, okay? Because it's all lies that your fear mind tells you. Even the right path has very challenging moments. There we go. Whew. Just because it didn't work the first time or the second time doesn't mean it's not going to work. It's a combination of work and mindset. Ooh, if it's not working for you, whatever strategy you've chosen, right? It might not be the right strategy for you. It might be that you need to choose a strategy that works for you. So a strategy that works for somebody who wants to build an empire and wants to make multi-millions is not a strategy that's going to work for someone that their main priority is being present as a parent, right? But you still need to be able to take care of yourself and you still need to do something that you love. All strategies work. It's just that you must make a strategy that's compatible with your soul and your season. There we go. Okay. Danik is saying, hello, dear Sky. May I please have a body scan? Do I have genetic depression in my body? How do I heal it? Thank you for your love and light. She's also saying, I want to thank you for my previous soul reading. I have made significant progress sending you love and light. I'm really glad to hear that. I love it when you guys update me about previous readings. It makes me glow. It makes me happy. Okay. What I'm scanning you, there is okay, so this is a bit harder than it looks. Depression is anger turned inwards. So when you're looking at the depression gene, you're really looking at anger that you're not allowed to feel. And you're angry at yourself for being angry. Okay. I actually think that's the most dangerous type of anger because it just locks the anger in your consciousness and inside your body. How you heal it is first you have to make friends with your anger. Okay. Anger is not a bad thing. It doesn't turn you into the abuser. Anger is a necessary sign that we have been psychologically or physically injured, whether that is in the present moment or in the past. Okay. And it's telling you that it's not safe. So, and that you need to protect yourself and defend yourself. To heal the ancestral gene of depression, you have to journey, right? Whether it's through, this is part of what we cover in Medical Intuitive Mastermind, to the original wound. So the original wound in your ancestral line will show up as the first person that felt angry at themselves for being angry and that felt that they weren't allowed to be angry and the anger would just make things worse. And that doesn't know how to release or process feelings of anger, may even think that the anger is going to kill them or hurt them if they feel that feeling. Okay. And it may be because of grief. It may be because of war trauma. It may be because of, social and economic injustice. Those are the misogyny, the sexism, the racism, the ageism, whatever comes up. But that deep fear of anger and that deep denial of the self. Anger alchemizes us. It shows us where what we're doing is no longer in alignment with our true identity and it needs to fall away. Okay, it needs to melt away before we're able to step into our power, before we're able to be who we came here to be. And it also shows us what we need to defend. So we need to defend our spiritual and psychic and emotional gifts. We need to defend our heart. It's actually biblical that it says the most dangerous thing is an undefended heart, right? Or an undefended mind. So your heart needs to be protected. Your mind needs to be protected. Your physical, spiritual gifts need to be protected. Same thing with your home and your children. There are things that need to be protected emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And that only comes through prayer and meditation and self care and practice at holding safe spaces. So let's just take a minute. We're going to ask a higher power to come in and do the gene work. Anyone else that's got this "I'm angry at myself for being angry" thing that's causing depression, can we ask the angels and God to come in and close it, bind it, heal it, repair it, restore it, so that you are renewed and no longer living in anger, no longer living in deep sadness or apathy or pointlessness, directionless, worthless energy. There we go. Whew. Okay, that's looking good. Mattis is saying, "Hi, dear Sky. Can you help me clear any of my money blocks? I know that I need more abundance to live the life that I want. I want to be more open to the energy of money. Thank you so much." Okay, so let's call in the abundance angels. And I want you to relax. I want to take some nice deep breaths, relax your shoulders, relax that big, beautiful heart and all the muscles around your heart. And I want you to just imagine that money is a river, a beautiful emerald green river. And that you've been sitting outside of that river, looking at it with some reservation, and you're finally ready to go in and experience it. To stop being a spectator, to stop just collecting a bucket here or there, but to really go in and experience the full, infinite flow of money. Okay. That's looking a lot clearer and a lot better. I want you to imagine floating in the river now and letting it carry you, the same way that when you have infinite abundance, you can trust that flow of income to carry you to where you need to go. Okay, that's looking good. Okay, Christina's saying, "Hi, Sky. I would like a health scan. Does my gut need another coffee enema to clear out the candida? While being in solitude, I do a lot of clearing emotional and sexual abuse and had a strong infection playing out in the intimate area this month again. Was that a result of me working on the topics? Do I need to release anything else to heal the cycle? I love to feel safe in myself again and that I'm able to be healthy. Really appreciate any insight. Thank you. So, whenever you have a flare up, particularly when you're doing healing work, it's referred to as a healing crisis. And it's very common for ailments to flare up or get a bit, sorry, guys, to get a bit triggered when you are when you are dealing with the intellectual and the spiritual side of it. It just shows that there's a lot more emotion stored in those areas than you're giving it credit for. So chances are, because you're doing a lot of healing on yourself instead of having someone to hold space for you, you're not feeling safe to really drop into the grief, to really drop into the emotions. Maybe you're crying for an hour to half an hour when really you need 6 hours or 12 hours. You know, it's like biblically where it says you cried all night and then joy and peace came in the morning. Um, Particularly sexual abuse and emotional abuse, when you really get on your core level, how much it was never your fault, how much it's affected you in the sense of, and often how many times it's happened to you, like over and over and over again, because you didn't believe you were worth protecting or defending, because you didn't have proper emotional and sexual boundaries. Um, it's, you know, it really hits hard. So there's a process of trusting yourself again too. So let me just pull another round of cards. Use our online cards again. Okay, so the card that comes up for you is self-employment. You're a born entrepreneur and your business is surrounded by magical opportunities. So the way that they're showing me that this is connected is that the on an unconscious level, the reason you're building your business is because you feel you won't be able to find a partner to provide for you. So deep down, what you really want is a family, but you're building your purpose just so um because you think that nobody will ever properly provide for you, so you have to do it alone. And that's creating a lot of resentment around your business. Okay. So, can we pull all that anger off of your business so that you're creating your divine life purpose and living it, because that's why your soul came here? And that's what's going to give you meaning and happiness and allow you to actualize who you really are, but also show you that you are lovable and that you do deserve to be with a provider, and that that is one of the greatest gifts that you can give yourself, but that requires more than getting angry with your own lack of boundaries. It requires a complete change in behavior. Okay, you are the architect of your life and of your lifestyle, but you have to choose differently than you chose before, and not just when it's convenient for you. Okay? The last card is a new dawn. The worst is now behind you, and a positive new experience is on the horizon. So the energy that I'm getting around that one is really making space um, to be completely different. There's some beliefs that I'm picking up here around men loving sex instead of loving you. So anyone that has that, oh, little Christmas trees, all the lights going up everywhere. Anyone has the belief that they're not really lovable, that they're not really enough, that it's the body, that it's the sex, that it's the pleasure that men want. Can we release that now, please? It's not true. Okay. And sex will not keep a guy. Sex might get a guy for a small amount of time, but sex is not enough to hold a relationship together. Okay. You need that divine connection. That's actually what makes sex electric. There we go. Okay, that's looking good. That's looking really good. So part of why the whole sex thing doesn't work, right, is that the way that chemistry is created is polarity. So if you're trying to keep a partner by sleeping with them all the time, you're putting yourself into the masculine energy. You're pursuing them. Even if it's by wearing seductive clothes and things like that, you're saying, come and get me. So it's when you're in your feminine, you are happy doing what you love. And it's that happiness, it's that radiance that pulls, that magnetizes, that ignites, that inspires, right? Um, you're not trying to make something happen because you know you don't have to, right? Sexuality is as natural as breathing. And that's the beautiful thing, right? You don't see many animals in the nature kingdom, going 1,000 miles out an hour to attract a partner. That chemistry is there because they're just being them. They're just doing them. There we go. Okay, there we go. Okay, Mary A is saying, "Hey Sky, I need some guidance about my relationship. I feel very stuck. I don't know if the lack of connection is because of my resentment or negative energy, or because of the lack of interest on his. Please guide me if there's anything I can do to get out of this pattern, or any other advice would be helpful." So I'm going to pull some cards, but immediately when I'm scanning the relationship, you're dealing with a neglect wound. Your partner is neglecting you, and if you're interested in repairing that relationship, no amount of like, of course you're angry. Neglect is a very serious form of abuse. For children, it's actually a deadly form of abuse. So you want to give your anger to God, but instead of trying to get him to love you, get him to like you, get him to pay attention to you, you need to pay attention to you. You need to love you. You need to like you. If you stand, like, if there's any chance of this relationship working, it's because you are then focusing the attention and the energy onto you. Okay. Um, and then from that space, you will either pull in another partner, or this one will start to understand that if he doesn't get his act together, that you won't be there for very long. Okay. So I'm just going to send so much unconditional love to this neglect wound. There's quite a few of you lighting up as well. So if anybody wants that for themselves, there we go. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a hard angelic truth, right? You ready? You can't make someone love you, and you shouldn't have to. I'm going to say that again. You can't make someone love you, and you shouldn't have to. You can't force someone to love you. If they don't love you, they don't love you. No amount of begging, crying, sex, workshops, therapy, healing will fix the fact that somebody doesn't love you the way that you want to be loved. Okay? It's not on you. It's not within your control. It's not about you being enough. It's about them and their capacity to love, and whether or not they feel a certain way about you. You cannot control someone's love for you. They either love you or they don't. You can increase the quality of the connection if love is already there by being, loving and kind and trustworthy, right? But you cannot make love where there is no love. Okay, it takes two. So anyone that's I can feel some of you are trying to make that person love you, and it's like, if they just loved me, then everything would be perfect. This is a lie. It's a really big lie. So we're going to call Archangel Uriel to kind of cut away all the lies you're telling yourself. Because the only thing that's going to make you whole is that connection with God, that connection with yourself. You were enough before you met this person. You're enough whether they love you or they don't. God said you should be on this planet. God says you are worth loving, and that is the highest truth. So stop wasting. We're going to literally call back all your power, all your time, all your energy to you that you've been spending on trying to make this work, trying to fix it, trying to solve it. Okay, that's looking good. Monica's saying, should I apply for a teaching job or a creative school center I found, or just focus on serving the clients as a freelance designer? Thank you. Freelance designer. Stick with freelance designer. What you're looking for is financial freedom. Okay, what you're looking for is financial freedom, and that will never, ever, 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 ever come from a job. If you want an extra stream of income, start another business, get into affiliate marketing, open up, an Amazon platform, get your Pinterest out and link it through. But whenever you're looking for more income, don't get a job, get another business. Okay. Susanna saying, hi, Sky. I very often fear that I'm sick, even though all the medical analysis says I'm healthy. This fear blocks me from helping others heal. Can you help me? Lots of love. Oh, my darling, you are 100% a terrified medical intuitive. So the fear is literally pointing you at you being afraid of your gift, right? You're afraid. And it's actually coming from other lifetimes. So showing me a past life wound of you. So many doctors, so many nurses. You all lived this with me in COVID, right? We're on the front lines during pandemics where they didn't survive because they're on the front lines, whether it was the plague or smallpox or measles. It didn't matter, right? So many of us were, things like scarlet fever, were helping others and ended up dying in the process because we didn't understand how disease spread. We didn't know we had to wash our hands. We didn't know that, we had to move people outside if it was a virus. There were so many things that we didn't know about how illnesses spread. So I'm just going to send so much unconditional love to all the different parts of you that have been harmed or hurt in all lifetimes where you were helping others by disease. And all the parts of you that died, we're just going to shift all those waywards into God's light, into Creator's light, and complete those lifetimes so that you no longer have to carry this fear that something bad is going to happen to you if you heal others. And let's also bring in the highest truth that, people catch illnesses in life sometimes. It's not dependent on you being around sick people or, this is a part of how your immune system grows stronger. So you being exposed to an illness does not mean that you will become sick. So let's just repair this belief that if you're exposed to an illness, you're something bad is going to happen. Let's just show you that your immune system is strong. It knows what it's doing. And that actually fear lowers the immune system, right? You don't get afraid when you get on a bus or a train or go to a public bathroom. And there's more bacteria in those places than there ever will be in a healing session. So let's take a minute to remove the fear, because the fear is what drops the immune system, but also what blocks the healing. So it's safe for you to heal. There we go. Okay, Shruti is saying, hi Sky, my son is 2. He has not started interacting with his parents. He is shy to talk. Could you send angel blessings to my son for him to start interaction? Thank you. I'm sending angels in to help your little boy. They're showing me he's a crystal child. They're also showing me it would be a good idea to do a heavy metal detox. yeah, a heavy metal detox, and they're showing me that um are showing me like lots of one-to-one time, but not with like with the intention of getting him to talk. Like parallel play type of one-to-one time would be really helpful. Okay, Jennifer Morgan is saying, I would love some guidance from the angels on feeling deserving and releasing needing to be perfect in all areas to be deserving. Thank you for all that you do. So when you're working, when you've got perfectionism going on, you're looking at an enoughness wound. Okay. So healing the belief I am enough. It's kind of like the beliefs I am enough. I accept myself. I am lovable. I am trustworthy, I matter. These are beliefs that heal a whole host of issues. So the angels are saying, focus on I am enough. And that will dissolve the perfectionism. It will dissolve a lot of the addictions as well, because all of this behavior, particularly around perfectionism and deserving, is coming around not feeling enough. Now they're also showing me like it's going to cause a healing, like a big healing emotional release. So to make space for that, maybe make space for a heart song once every 2 or 3 days until that energy clears. Okay, Goddess Lucinda and Romea is saying, hi Sky, I would love a body scan, thank you. So immediately as I'm scanning your body, I'm feeling the tiredness and I'm feeling the pressure. Just so many things that you have to do that you don't know what to do first. Um, and the angels are really like showing me your kidneys, your adrenal glands, everything is working really hard. Just keep going, just keep going, just keep going. So they're really saying to rest, okay, to rest. And they're really saying to that you need to like make you need to make self-care a priority, not just something else on your to-do list. Self-care is not just exercise and healthy eating. Self-care is also a state of mind and a state of rest and being able to detach and connect, doing things that you love just for joy. Okay, Karen is saying, I would love a reading. Let's see what came up in the reading. Nope. To go back and refresh. Okay, card one, beginning of the week. Your prayers are manifesting, remain positive and follow your guidance. Card two is Mystique, keep charging forward and don't take no for an answer. Expect miraculous solutions to appear, and it's a unicorn charging into the darkness. And then the final card that comes for you is rest. You've been working really hard. Take a nap and get some rest. The situation you've been praying about, God is working on it. God is fighting your battles for you. He's moving things so that you are supported in your mission and in your purpose. Um, um, there's a real energy of trusting, and the muscle you're developing is faith. So when God does something that you could not do of your own strength, something incredible happens. I kid you not. Something incredible happens, which is you start to recognize God in your life and you start to give God credit for things. When something happens that you think you could do by yourself, right? You kind of go, well, that was just me. But when something happens that really is so far outside of who you believe you are, so far outside of your comfort zone, that you're like, that could only have been God because of me, not capable of doing that, right? Um, that's why miracles are so important and they continue to happen every day. That's why having faith is so important, because we understand that God is moving, right? And we're able to be a witness to God's power and to God's glory. And it shifts us. Um, not only to into a level of understanding how much God loves us and loves humanity, but our trust that there is a higher power taking care of us increases. And that's really it's a very important lesson to learn. So meditate on faith, but trust that the situation is already getting resolved and that you don't have to do anything. It's just going to happen naturally. Okay, Vanessa saying, "Hi Sky, may I ask for a healing? One person in the job is trying to take my job and put it in another department. I feel it's hard work for me and I refuse to allow this person to be rude for me. Can I receive a healing that she will not be rude for me?" No, because I don't change other people. That would break free will, create tons of bad juju for me. Um, she does not accept my boundaries and my laws. It's horrible. Thank you. Vanessa, you're not supposed to be there anymore. Okay? I know this is hard for you to understand, but sometimes when God knocks and you don't answer the door, and then God says hello and you don't answer the door kind of gets knocked down. So you're in a toxic work environment and you're staying there purely for financial reasons, but you are being guided to shift environments, right? You're almost being forced out of this toxic environment and you're thinking it's not fair. This is a terrible thing. This person doesn't have the right to do this. You're completely correct. But the reality is you're a lovely person in a toxic environment and it's damaging your health, it's damaging your energy, it's damaging your self esteem, it's holding you back from better opportunities. So it's not about her, it's about you being shifted into a higher position. Okay, you being elevated into another level and the universe seeing things a different way than you. Okay, this is not about you. Other than that, you are in a toxic work environment and you're trying to make it work. You can't control toxic people. You can't make anybody else do anything. They have free will. Okay, but you are being really strongly guided. Now you're being literally pushed to leave that environment because you are no longer a vibrational match to it. Nobody deserves to work in an abusive environment. So let's bring in Archangel Michael so that you're protected, but also so that you are open minded to your divine guidance instead of being stubborn, instead of entering into a power struggle. When things like this start to happen, I want you to start asking yourself, what's the truth of the situation? How does this work for me? How is this the universe working for me? There we go. Oh, guys, we have the crazy stalker. Juliet saying, I need some angelic truths. Yeah, I think we all do sometimes. Team is saying, why do I have so much sensitive teeth? Thank you. You are low in magnesium and in minerals, my love, and it's meaning that the enamel on your teeth isn't getting rebuilt. So coconut oil is going to help you a lot. So if you do like oil pulling, it'll help you a lot. So will what's it called? It's going to come to me. Hydrogen peroxide. So like gargling with toothpastes and mouthwash that has hydrogen peroxide will help a lot too, but you need to get a proper friendly type of magnesium. Okay, Ghostly Girl saying, good morning, Sky. Can you tell me what are my spiritual gifts and blessings? Thank you. Okay, so you have magic, you have mediumship, you have clairsentience. So like you would probably describe yourself as an empath. You can feel other people's feelings. You are like clear writing, so you're very good at channeling. I'm not sure if you make journals or things like that, but or write books, but there's a real beautiful visualization and power of imagination coming through. But those are the spiritual powers that I'm seeing for you. Okay, I'm going to stop here, guys, and do our closing prayer. Letting you guys know that we have a challenge starting next week, a free psychic development challenge in the Manifesting Health group. So if you want to join us completely for free and increase your psychic gifts, please join the Manifesting Health group. And I'll be going live there daily to talk to you about increasing your psychic gifts. Next week, we have the free masterclass on healing children. So those of you, quite a few of you were asking questions about your own children or 2-year-olds, etc. So it's a free masterclass in the evening about what you need to know and how to help you to heal children. There will be a Q&A. Okay, so you're welcome to sign up for that as well. We'll put the link underneath this angel reading. We're also doing Medical Intuitive Mastermind starting in October. So if you are a healer, and we definitely had a one in the closet Medical Intuitive, and I think we have quite a few more listening, come and talk to me. Okay, we've got time to clear all the blocks. It's such an incredible course. It's important. It's really important for you guys to really step into your divine life purpose. These are life-saving gifts, and the world needs your light. Okay, you matter. Let's do our closing prayer. I love you all so much. O Great Spirit, Father Sky, Mother Earth, the winds, the waters, my Father, my Mother, Atanaha, all that is. We thank you for our lives, and we thank you for these good people. We thank you for all that we are and all that we are to become. We dedicate our time spent together and our relationships with one another to you. We ask that our suffering be ended and our pain be lifted to the love and to the peace that lay beyond. Aho.